Let's try this again. We had technical difficulties for the first at-bat of the game, but we are live now. Drew Davis with a 4-pitch walk to the leadoff hitter, Colton Dirks, to start this game off. But Sumrall Bobcats come into this game with a 24-4 record, and the Bearcats from Terry, a 5-17 record, sneaking their way into the playoffs this year. And that one hit to Jack Miller. He bobbles it, but able to get him out. And that's going to be, and he loses the ball, and so he's going to be able to reach first, and he tries to take third over there. Colton Dirks thrown out at third on the play. Jack Miller should have just taken the easy route and tagged the base, but instead tries to tag the runner, and the ball comes loose. So we've got a special guest tonight, Mr. Billy Garrity, the right fielder for the now Crusaders out in Hattiesburg, and a legend here in Sumrall. His dad's a coach, and he's probably got the home run record here. I'm not sure, but he hit a lot of home runs in his tenure here. Billy, how's it feel to be back?
It feels awesome. There ain't nothing like Sumrall baseball.
There is no doubt about it. No doubt about it. So we are glad to have you here and joining us on the broadcast tonight. Me and Billy had the opportunity to play here together during our high school tenure, and we will both tell you how special this place is. And that one hit in the hands of Jack, and he's going to tag the bag this time instead of trying to tag the runner, and so that will be the second out of the inning. After a leadoff walk, Drew Davis has gotten in the hands of these Bearcat hitters, and both of them have hit it to first base, making it 2 outs here in the top half of the first inning. So, Billy, y'all are almost through with your conference at William Carey. How are you feeling about the season so far, and kind of tell us how Sumrall has translated to your career at William Carey, and what you look at that you learned here while playing for the Crusaders?
I'd have to say that Coach Knight really prepared me for my college career better than anybody I could think of did. He just really got me ready for what college baseball is like, and a lot of programs aren't ran as tightly as Sumrall was, and you can tell sometimes when kids get to college that they didn't have a program like we were blessed with, but I'm very fortunate that we had somewhere that.
And that's going to be a 3-pitch strikeout for Davis. So after a leadoff walk, Drew Davis gets the next 3 batters out, and we head to the bottom half of the first inning. So we will pick this conversation back up when we get back. This is Zane Berry, and you are listening to Bobcat Baseball. We are back here in the bottom half of the first inning, and the Sumrall Bobcats are headed to the plate. So batting first for the Bobcats, center fielder Caden Williamson. Batting second, the pitcher Drew Davis. Batting third, the shortstop Landon Hawkins. Batting fourth, the right fielder Cade Clinton. Batting fifth, the third baseman Leo Odom. Batting sixth, the first baseman Jack Miller. Batting seventh, the second baseman Kellen Garcia. Batting eighth, the catcher, S.T. Maulston. Batting ninth, the left fielder, Malik McNair. And Caden Williamson leading things off here for the Bobcats. Williamson, a .280 hitter out of the leadoff spot. And a sidewinder, Colton Dirks, the pitcher for Terry. Billy, you can attest to this. These are some of the hardest games when you're playing a team that hadn't had many wins. They have nothing to lose, and you almost have everything to lose as a 1 seed. How do you think Sumrall should approach this game here?
I think you just got to treat it like any other regular season game in a way. I think that if you make the moment too big, that you can start pressing, and it can be pretty easy against teams that may not have a lot of wins that you expect to go in and roll over them, and it sometimes doesn't work that way, so you just got to relax and play loose.
Yeah, I don't know why it's just always seemed like the teams that you least expect to play you good usually play you the best. I don't know the logic on it. I think you can come out dead and roll over on some balls because the pitching may not be what you're used to, and then fall asleep in the field because I'm sure Drew's going to be rolling. They're not going to be getting many barrels, but they can add up.
No doubt. Every team wants to give Sumrall their best shot.
There is no doubt. Caden Williamson with a 2-2 pitch. And that misses high. So Williamson has worked the count full here to lead off the bottom half of the first inning. Williamson stands in the box. Drew Davis on deck. And he fouls that one away. This is what you want to see out of the leadoff spot. They're seeing a lot of pitches and just fighting to get on base. Williamson fouls another one.
Good battle going here.
So staying alive. Seeing the ball. So the full count pitch, and this one's hit to the third baseman. Third baseman's going to have to get rid of it. And he does, but he overthrows him over there. And could have been trouble. And it bounced off the fence and went into right field. Williamson slid into second base. If he wouldn't have slid, he probably could have got the third. But that is a leadoff runner on the air by the third baseman. Now Drew Davis, the pitcher for the Bobcats, heads to the plate. Davis hitting .346 in his freshman campaign with 5 doubles, a triple, and 2 home runs. So Davis, a very good freshman campaign to say the least. And what, Billy, you hit about 186 your freshman year.
Oh, maybe right above that. Not too much above that, though. Hey, it's tough being a freshman.
And especially after such a great year last year, and the expectations are really high. And I would say he has held up to the expectations. But he hits this one down the third base line, and it just goes foul. That would have been another tough play for the third baseman.
Stay away from the football field and the construction area.
So the 0-1 pitch for Forrest pitcher. And that one gets away from the Forrest catcher. And it's going to move Caden Williamson over to third base. So a runner on third now with no outs here in the bottom half of the first inning. And Drew Davis. Billy, we have known Drew for a long time, and we could have told you he is going to pan out to what he has panned out so far.
Oh, absolutely. We've seen it coming since he could pick up a bat. That he was going to be a stud one day.
So the 1-2 count here on Davis. And he fouls that one off.
Working this Forest pitcher right now.
The Forest pitcher looks pretty good up there. The sidearm action. It's going to be tough on these righties. And this is a lineup full of them. And the 1-2 pitch. And the breaking ball catches the inside part of the plate for strike 3. So Davis strikes out looking. And that'll bring up Landon Hawkins with a runner at third base here with 1 out. And Hawkins tied for the lead in home runs with 3. He's hitting .388. He is leading this team in batting average. He's got 6 doubles, a triple, and 3 home runs on the season. And this one hit to the right side. And this is going to get past the first baseman. So a single by Landon Hawkins, and that's going to be the first run of the ball game as Sumrall has taken a 1-0 lead off the Landon Hawkins base hit. That'll bring up Cade Clinton. Clinton comes in this game hitting .355 with 4 doubles, a triple, and 3 home runs. So tied for first in home runs between him, Landon Hawkins, and Leo Odom. So Cade Clinton, the right fielder. Billy, that's where you used to play, and you used to hit in the 4 spot. What are you looking for here in this at-bat?
Think of the guy at first. You got to look for a heater. Until you get later in the count, you are the big guy, and in the 4-hole, you're going to get pitched a little differently. So I think just kind of look something outside, hard and away. Let's try to go with something.
Landon Hawkins takes second here. A good jump over there at first base.
Now with the base open, they might try to pitch him a little bit backwards.
Especially with 1 out here. Maybe if you walk them, you can get a double play ball. But that one is hammered off the pitcher. And this is back-to-back games. And that's going to be that should be an out. And they're going to argue this.
I think it hit off his foot and went straight in the air. I need to check the pitcher's foot.
You have to think this could be a pop-up. And Hawkins advanced to third. Can they touch second and get 2? I don't know. But that is back-to-back games where Cade Clinton has sent a rocket to the pitcher and it hit him. Last game, he may have broken that pitcher's wrist.
He sure did smoke that one. They might need to get somebody out there to check on that pitcher.
They say he's safe. And the head coach for Terry is walking out. I keep saying Terry, Forrest. The head coach for Forrest is walking out, headed to the mound to talk to his pitcher. So the pitcher's going to throw some pitches, make sure he's feeling good. So we will be back after the break. So the pitcher toes the rubber again. And this time he'll have runners at first and third. Landon Hawkins standing at third. Cade Clinton at first. And the power hitter, Leo Odom, stepping into the box. He's got 13 doubles on the season this year, a triple, and 3 home runs. So I imagine his slugging percentage is crazy. 13 doubles is a lot of doubles on the season. And the catcher throws it to second on the stolen base. Landon Hawkins stays parked over there at third. So now runners at second and third for Leo Odom. And Jack Miller stands on deck. A 1-0 pitch. That one misses low and away for ball 2. And if I'm Leo Odom right here, I'm hunting this pitch. 2-0. And that's the one he hunts. He hits it to the shortstop. Shortstop bobbles it and is going to have a long throw. But he does not get him in time, and that is an infield hit for Leo Odom. And that will be an RBI. So the score will go to 2-0. Sumrall is beating the Forest Bearcats here in the bottom half of the first inning. And now Jack Miller, the first baseman, steps in the box for the Bobcats. He's hitting .294 with a double and a home run on the season. So Clinton stands at second. Leo Odom at first. And Billy, I know you've watched a few of the Sumrall games this season. What has impressed you so far with this team?
I think that I think their pitching is very top notch. I mean, when you got 2 guys that can go out there and pretty much beat anybody in the state, I'd say you're in good hands with Leo and Drew. And then you have some other guys too that have been coming in and doing some really good jobs, like Jack Miller. Caden Williamson does a good job as well, from what I've seen.
Braden Smith's looked good on
Braden Smith as well.
So I mean, there's a lot of guys that come out of the pen, and I don't know. I think this is one of the more dominant teams on the mound that I've seen out of a Bobcats team, probably in a long time.
I'd have to agree. I wouldn't have minded having their staff our senior year. With our lineup we had
a very good lineup. We had some good pitchers. Cross Sibley,
hey, you're talking to one of them right now too.
Okay. The word "good" was in front of it.
Yeah, good's a stretch, but I was a pitcher.
No, you were good. We had been Cross Sibley, who pitches at Southern Miss now. Hunter Barrett, who went to East Central. We had some talent on the mound, but not as talented as this team right here. This team is stacked.
Yeah, they have some true pitchers on this team, for sure.
So Jack Miller steps back into the box. He's got an 0-1 count, and the runners were able to move 90 feet. So Clinton now stands at third base and Leo Odom at second. Miller takes that ball in the dirt. And that one misses away. So, Billy, I know Coach Davis and Coach Knight have 2 different coaching styles. What do you like out of Coach Davis's coaching style, and why do you think these players play for him as hard as they do?
Ever since I could remember playing for Coach Davis, even like back in middle school football and basketball and whatnot, he just made the environment very fun to be around, and you always look forward to going to practice or anything like that, because just the environment that he created to be around, it was always a good time and made everything super competitive and just made you want to be there and made you want to play hard for him.
And that's a walk to Jack Miller, and that'll bring up Kellen Garcia, the second baseman. Yeah, I have to completely agree. I mean, you can tell from the life of these players that he is somebody that you want to play for and you'll battle for. This one's hit to the first baseman. He's going to just toss it to the pitcher. And the Bearcats from Forest are able to get the second out of the inning. But that is going to score another run. And now the catcher, S.T. Most, heads to the plate. S.T. Most. He comes into this game hitting .268 with 7 doubles and a home run on the season.
Goes to show how deep Sumrall's batting order is with S.T. Moss hitting this low in the order. He's got a really good bat on him.
Yeah, he is signed to go play college ball and hitting out of the 8 spot. And, I think you go any other school, I'm sure Forest, if they have a college signee, he's probably hitting in the upper half of that order. But Moss hitting out of the 8 spot, which, might be a good spot for him to get some fastballs and with a really good swing on them. A 3-0 pitch, and that pegs him in the back. So a 4-pitch walk for the catcher, and that'll bring up Malik McNair, who has really turned it on as of late. He's hitting .333 with 6 doubles and a home run. So the senior is having a phenomenal season so far for the Bobcats. And after him, the top of the lineup, so all 9 hitters in the Bobcat lineup has hit here in the bottom half of the first inning. The bases are loaded. Leo Odom stands at third. Jack Miller at second. And now the pinch runner, Will Rayner, stands at first. Malik McNair with a lot of speed. And this one's hit back to the pitcher. And he's going to decide to go home. And he gets him at home. So that is 3 outs. And the Sumrall Bobcats are headed to the dugout. This is Zane Berry, and you are listening to Bobcat Baseball. So we are back here in the top half of the second inning. The Bobcats have a 3-0 lead against the Forest Bearcats after 1 inning of play. Now the hitter for Forest, Martin Wentzes, the right fielder for the Bearcats. That is a big kid. I've always thought this, but the way teams coming in to this place and playing in this environment at this field, it's got to be a cool experience for some of these schools. I mean, these games get packed out. There's really nothing like it. You got a jumbotron and the check swing, and that's going to be a strikeout. And ST Moss throws them out at first.
First baseman, Cade Tillman.
So the first baseman, Cade Tillman, headed to the plate for the Bearcats. Drew Davis just got his second strikeout of the game. The 0 pitch.
Back to what you were saying about people coming in here. I've always heard from former people that we've played against and whatnot that have had to come in here and play against us back when we were playing, how intimidating of an environment it is to come in and play in.
I know in particular one that probably sparks out than other than or just out of everybody, Dustin Dickerson.
Yeah, that's exactly who I'm talking about. Told me that we have such an intimidating place to come into, especially as a high schooler, where you may not even be able to drive yet, and then you come in here and play in front of 2,500 people.
Right.
It's a crazy experience.
Just good energy all around, grills going. I mean, this is, I hate to say it, but this is 10 times better than junior college baseball. You know, me and you both played in the junior college level, and, I mean, I would have traded to go back to high school more than anything.
Absolutely. I'd still trade to go back and play in front of a good Sumrall crowd. There ain't nothing beats it.
So Drew Davis got his second strikeout of the inning. Now the hitter for the Bearcats, Aiden Guy. Davis looking a little more comfortable on the mound after his first inning. He walked the first hitter he faced, and he has filled it up ever since. So a 3-1 count here to Guy, the third baseman. Now one misses in. So Davis's second walk of the game. 2-out walk to Aiden Guy, and that brings up Joseph Greenhouse, the left fielder, for Forrest. The Bobcats will play Forrest tomorrow night at Ridgeland High School. This one's fouled out of play, and nobody's going to be able to reach it. So that'll be strike number 1 here on Greenhouse. They'll play them at Ridgeland High School rather than Forest High School tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. And then next week they'll play the winner of Lawrence County and Greene County in their playoff series. So that'll be a good one if the Bobcats do advance to the second round. And the 0-1 pitch. Just barely misses. Now, Billy, who was your favorite team to compete against while you were playing at Sumrall? I can tell you mine right now.
It'd have to be kind of a toss-up between West Lauderdale and Purvis. Have to be my two.
I think mine would be Oak Grove and West Lauderdale.
Oak Grove's a good one, too.
Just because we had more friends that played at Oak Grove.
Yeah.
And so it was just a whole different feel to the game. It almost felt like travel ball growing up when you play your buddies and you get to talk to them after the game and tell them, hey, we just beat you.
No doubt. Nothing really tops that feeling of our senior year. Been whooping up on them a little bit. That was a good time.
But West Lauderdale, they gave us a run for 4 years straight.
West Lauderdale was just some good. If you came to Sumrall versus West Lauderdale, you were about to see some good baseball.
And Drew Davis strikes out the side. So 3 strikeouts for Drew Davis there in that inning. He's got 4 total. And we head to the bottom half of the second inning. We will be back. This is Zane Berry and Billy Garrity. You are listening to Bobcat Baseball. So we are back here in the bottom half of the second inning. Caden Williamson and the top of the lineup now hitting for the Bobcats. Williamson set to lead things off, and he takes that first pitch for a strike. So Williamson, Davis, Hawkins, all due up in this inning. Caden Williamson walked in his first at-bat. Caden Williamson's brother played high school with me and Billy, graduated with us, and then his middle brother also played on the team as well.
Walk-off hero Bucky. Ooh,
and a piece to left field, and that's going to be a leadoff single for Caden Williamson. So Caden Williamson finds himself on first base, and that'll bring up the pitcher, Drew Davis. Davis 0 for 1 on the night. He struck out looking his first at-bat. So Williamson stands at first. Davis in the box, Hawkins on deck. The pitcher tries to pick Williamson off over there, but does not get him. And Davis fouls that one down the third base line. That one almost gets him over there at first. And Davis is pegged on the pitch. So a runner now at first and second for the Bobcats. And then they'll bring up Landon Hawkins, who singled his last at-bat and had an RBI. Davis will get a pinch runner, and Braylon Harrison over there at first base. Billy, you play with some former Sumrall Bobcats at William Carey. Does it have the same feel being in the locker room with those guys as it did back in the day in y'all's times at Sumrall?
It does in a way. Obviously, I wish there were some more people from Sumrall there and whatnot, and it would match a Sumrall locker room vibe, but it's similar, but still a little different. There wasn't nothing like finishing school and coming over for fourth block and whatnot and knowing all your buddies are going to be there.
Right. There was nothing like it. That one fouled off out of play. And, I think for us, our parents probably miss it more than we do.
No doubt. Our parents were so close together and always just real tight friends. And, our group played together from a few of us played together from freshman year on, and the rest of them played sophomore year on. So I'd say we definitely had a very tight-knit group of players and families.
All right, and we still got a good bit of people still playing ball today that we played with. Cross, like we mentioned earlier, at Southern Miss. Graham Crawford at Southern Miss. Dennis Jackson at the University of Missouri playing football. Who else we got? There's a ton.
You got Walker Long playing at Holmes.
Marshall Phillips, who just got MAC Player of the Week. So Mississippi Junior College Player of the Week over there at Pearl River with a few home runs and a really good average.
Must be a Sumrall thing to win that award.
And this one driven up the middle, so Landon Hawkins' second base hit of the night, and it might be his second RBI, and it is. So Landon Hawkins has 2 singles on the night and 2 RBIs. And the Bobcats take a 4-0 lead here in the bottom half of the second inning. Still nobody out. Braylon Harrison stands at second. Landon Hawkins at first. And Jack Miller comes to the plate. Jack Miller reached via the walk in his first at-bat. A big swing and a miss by Clinton. The breaking ball by Colton Dirks. Looked good there. So Clinton in the box. Leo Odom stands on deck for the Bobcats. The dangerous part of the order. And no outs for this Forest Bearcats team. Kids night here at the field. Always a fun night. If you did not make it tonight with your kid, you should come next week if the Bobcats make it to the second round of the playoffs. A very fun atmosphere here in Sumrall. And the catcher heads to the pitcher to calm him down a little bit. What do you think he's telling him right now, Billy?
Tell him he's got a couple of powerful hitters coming up to the plate. One at the plate right now and one on deck, and then Jack Miller as well. Tell him to try to keep the ball down and hope that Cade Clinton will hit into a double play here if you're for the Forest Bearcats.
A good bit of viewers here tonight. That one thrown inside for strike 2. So a call that could have went either way, and it goes in the Bearcats' favor.
It's just what you needed if you were the Bearcats.
New additions here at Sumrall. You got the decks in right field. The deck and down the right field line. This place is continuing to change. They did a new kind of lounge area behind the first base dugout. So all that has kind of changed since me and Billy last played here. And this place continues to grow as good as it always has been. It just continues to get better. Now pitch misses. So Cade Clinton holds off on the breaking ball. And things go to 3-2. And he fouls that one back and out of play. So a good at-bat here by Cade Clinton. Out of all the games that we played in, Billy, what was your favorite game you played in here?
Favorite game?
It's a no-doubter for me. This one popped up to center field. The center fielder camps under it and makes the grab for out number 1.
I think that the easiest answer would be Game 3 of our South State senior year. But personally, I think that one of the coolest games I played in was our freshman year against Newton County, the 10-inning extra inning game when Shuck hit the walk-off home run and Breyer threw 10 innings. That's one of the – have to say that's one of the more historic games.
Yeah, that was a super cool game. And a team that really shouldn't even have been in South State. The fact we made it that far was impressive in itself. And Leo Odom grounds out to the pitcher, so the Bearcats gets back-to-back outs. It's Cody Clinton and Leo Odom, two of the power hitters for the Bobcats, and that is what you want to see if you're that catcher and you went out there and calmed your pitcher down.
Absolutely.
Braylon Harrison stands at third. Landon Hawkins at second now.
Getting a little wide back there.
And now the first baseman, Jack Miller, stands in the box. He has a 1-1 count. Kellen Garcia stands on deck. The 1-1 pitch. That one a called strike. So the 1-2 count now on Miller. And this could be 3 straight outs for the pitcher. And that one's rolled over to the third baseman, and he gets him out at first. So the Bobcats only able to score 1 after having back-to-back base runners to lead this thing off in the second inning. So the Bobcats have a 4-0 lead as we head to the top of the third inning. This is Zane Berry and Billy Garrity. You are listening to Bobcat Baseball. So the 9-hole hitter for the Bearcats, Brady Buffkin, comes up to the plate. Drew Davis still on the mound. He toes the rubber. The first pitch, it's an 87-mile-an-hour fastball for strike 1. Billy, one thing I've noticed throughout this season, the defense has barely had any opportunities, honestly. There has been so many strikeouts by these pitchers for the Bobcats. You often wonder how easy it is to fall asleep playing in the field.
It can definitely be pretty easy to fall asleep when you got guys like Drew or Leo on the mound throwing it by people a lot of the times and making a lot of people swing and miss. It'll be easy to just be distracted or whatnot.
Right.
When they're rolling like they are.
And that's when the ball tends to find you, when you are asleep. And Drew Davis strikes out Buffkin for the first time in, and the Bearcats are back to the top part of their lineup. Colton Dirks, who led off the game with a walk, steps up to the plate. He is the pitcher tonight for the Forest Bearcats. And a big swing and a miss by Dirks. He put a good swing on it.
Good spot there.
And that one,
really good spot.
A fastball inside for strike two. So, Billy, talk about your William Carey season this season and give the viewers kind of an update of where y'all are and what they can be keeping an eye out on. And I know your senior day is tomorrow, so you went from senior day here at Sumrall 4 years ago or 5 years ago to now senior day at William Carey, and what baseball has meant to you and what these viewers can look forward to out of the Crusaders' latter half of the season.
I think that I think these last few games, so we have 6 regular season games left, and we have the conference tournament. So we kind of had a meeting yesterday between some seniors, and our season's going good. By the way, I mean it's not going bad by any means, but it could be better in some ways. But
a team that went 50-something and y'all probably didn't have 10 losses last year and went to the World Series. So a team with high expectations. I mean, you can have a really good season and maybe not meet those expectations.
Yeah, no doubt.
No.
We're still obviously a very, very winning team. Just maybe it's not quite as insane as last year went, but I think that this team we have now has what it takes to get to where the team did last year. But yeah, we had kind of a meeting between some seniors yesterday, and it was like, hey, like we're gonna do this. We have to do it. Like us seniors, we have to do it. We got to motivate everybody and get everybody ready to ride this thing out, and hopefully make it back up to Lewiston. But I think we have every tool it takes to get back there and hopefully win the whole thing this time.
Now the hitter Avery Birkin after the flyout by Colton Dirks. Yeah, I mean, a very exciting season for the Crusaders just a year ago as y'all made it all the way to the World Series and gave it a run there.
Finished third place.
Third place. And for the people listening, NAIA ball is no joke. I mean, there is a lot of guys who get picked up, and to make it to the World Series just does wonders for how good baseball is in Hattiesburg, college baseball right now. And William Carey went to the World Series last year, and then Southern Miss just a win away last year from heading to Omaha. But they dropped a game to the Tennessee Volunteers. And a strikeout by Davis. So that will send us to the bottom half of the third inning. The Bobcats still lead 4-0. This is Zane Berry and Billy Garrity. You are listening to Bobcat Baseball. So we are back here in the bottom half of the third inning. The Bobcats with a 4-0 lead against the Bearcats. Now the hitter, Kellen Garcia, the second baseman. That one misses inside. So Garcia, Most, and McNair due up for the Bobcats. So the pitcher for the Bearcats got 3 straight outs last inning to hold the Bobcats just to 1 run. And Tozer Rubber looking to do the same, but he's got three balls and no strikes versus Kellen.
Catcher is Steve Moss.
Billy, not only did you play baseball here, your sister is now a teacher here at Sumrall. Your brother-in-law is down on the field with your dad as he's the athletic trainer, and your dad is an assistant coach. So I'm sure all you hear about is Sumrall.
Don't forget, Mom's
And your mom's
teacher at the middle school now. A teaching assistant at the middle school. So
Kellen Garcia swiped second base. So another stolen base here on this catcher. Yeah, so a lot of lineage right now in Sumrall.
A lot of Sumrall in that bloodstream.
I'm sure you hear about everything that happens in this small town.
Oh, yeah, it's like I still go to school here.
I heard that. So S.T. Moss, the catcher, now the hitter for the Bobcats. And a very big cut there by Moss. So 1-2 count here to Moss. Kellen Garcia stands at second. And they pick the second. But he does not get Garcia. Very good pickoff move. Just not in time. And we've got some people checking in. Raymond and Trovy McCraney watching from Lincoln Road in Hattiesburg. Thank you all for tuning in tonight. And they say go Bobcats. And then, of course, Miss Karen Thompson watching. Love the Garrity family, she says. And she says go Bobcats. So the 2-2 count to Most. And he gets in on the hands of Moss, but that's going to fall out in right field. And Garcia heads to third on the single. So a single by Moss. And that brings up Malik McNair, who's 0 for 1 on the night. And Moss getting a runner over there at first base. Will Rayner, the runner, at first. And the coach for the Bearcats headed out to talk to his pitcher. So we will be back after the break. So now the hitter for the Bobcats, Malik McNair, steps up to the plate. And the first to third move does not get Rayner over there at first. And Rayner runs on the pitch. And the pitch was a ball. So McNair has a 1-0 count with runners at second and third, no outs here in the bottom half of the third inning. And that one just misses low. So the 2-0 count to McNair. And this one popped straight up. It might be trouble here in this infield. And the shortstop unable to get it. And that's going to be a roll to single. And those are the ones that you look back and are thankful for at the end of the season. Because it does not say how you got them in the scorebook. But the top of the lineup, Caden Williamson back up for the Bobcats. He singled his last at-bat, and he is 1 for 1 on the night with a single and a walk. He comes up with bases loaded. Nobody in the bullpen for the Bearcats. Two-0 here. Billy, you're looking to unleash on a ball right here. But he takes that one for a strike. Hitters count, bases loaded. First round of the playoffs.
Trying to crack one in the gap right here for sure.
Bust things open, get the crowd excited. So a 2-2 count here on Williamson. And he just fights that one off. And that one thrown behind Williamson. And that brings the count full here with bases loaded. So Williamson, Davis, and Hawkins, the next three hitters for the Bobcats. And Blow Pop Construction checking in. Blow Pop Construction for all your construction needs. Call Blow Pop. He is the man. And he is at every single Sumrall baseball game. So Davis, the hitter now, after the walk and the run for the Bobcats. So a 1-1 count to Davis now after the ball in the dirt. Now that one a close pitch, but it just misses low. So good eye there by Davis. And a swing and a miss. Just a little tardy on that fastball. That brings the count to 2-2. And Davis strikes out for the second time tonight. He goes 0 for 2. That'll bring up Landon Hawkins, who's 2 for 2 on the night with 2 singles and 2 RBIs. So 1 out now for the Bearcats. Trying to find their way out of here. A good pitch by Dirks, but it just misses. And this one driven to right field. It's going to be trouble for the right fielder. It gets over his head. And Rayner's going to score. McNair's going to score. And Landon Hawkins runs back to first. So just a single after the ball hit off the wall for Hawkins. But Williamson is able to reach third base, and the Bobcats take a 7-0 lead. So Cade Clinton, the hitter now, fly out to center field and a single so far on the night for him. And I imagine Landon Hawkins is going on the pitch. Cade Clinton in the box. Leo Odom stands on deck. So one out for the Bearcats. And Hawkins still second. And Williamson does not advance on the throw. But that puts runners at second and third for the Bobcats. Allen misses away and brings the count to 1-1. Billy, I hear Coach Cooley yelling over there at first base. Do you miss that any? Well, that's going to be a single by Cade Clinton. It's going to at least score two. And the third baseman tries to throw it to second, but bobbles it. And Cade Clinton is going to reach second. And that's 2 RBIs for Clinton. Now, Leo Odom, the hitter for the Bobcats. And looks like there's going to be a pitching change here in Sumrall. So we will be back with the new pitcher on the mound for the Bearcats. So now the hitter for the Bobcats, Leo Odom, with a runner at second. He takes that for ball one. So Cade Clinton stands at second after the 2 RBI single. Jack Miller on deck for the Bobcats. The Bobcats have a 9-0 lead here in the third inning, and Clinton takes third base. So now a runner at third base for Leo Odom. A big lead for the Bobcats. The new pitcher for the Bearcats, number 31, Aiden Guy. So Guy trying to get his team back in this game and hold the Bobcats where they are. Guy's fastball misses away. And that one fouled back into the net, and that brings the count to 3-2. Here with one out and a runner on third. Odom is 1 for 2 on the night so far with a single and a ground out. And that one misses low. So a walk to Odom, and that brings up the first baseman, Jack Miller. Miller's 0 for 1 on the night. And Miller oh for 1 on the night. He has Odom at first, and he has Clinton at third. The 0-1 pitch. And a good play by the catcher, and it just misses Clinton. So Clinton just gets back in time on the back pick from the catcher, and Leo Odom still second base. So runners at second and third now for the Bobcats, and Jack Miller lines that one to the right fielder. Cade Clinton does not tag up on the hit. And so a run does not score on the fly out to right field. Now I'll bring up Kellen Garcia. Garcia is 0 for 1 on the night with a walk and a ground out. But Clinton still stands at third base. And Odom at second. You almost have to wonder, did Clinton think there was 2 outs? So the catcher heads to the mound trying to calm Aiden Guy down a little bit. But Garcia steps in the box with a 1-0 count. Runners at second and third. S.T. Moss stands on deck. That breaking ball falls in for a strike to bring the count to 1-1. Here versus Garcia. The Bobcats looking for their 25th win of the season. That ball brings the count to 2-1. Here to Garcia. And that one is hammered to left field, but it just goes foul. So Garcia gets a good barrel, but he gets just around it and hits it foul. A long strike by Garcia. And that brings the count to 2-1 here to Garcia. Here with 2 outs. And he fouls that one off. So a 2-2 count, 2 outs, 2 runners on for the Bobcats. And that brings the count full. If you didn't see Southern Miss's win the other night when Sumrall played Mize, they hit a walk-off home run against Nickel State, and they take on the Warhawks from ULM this weekend. And that's a walk to Kelly Garcia, and that'll bring up S.T. Moss, the catcher. So 2 outs here to Garcia. To Moss. Garcia stands at first. Odom at second. And Clinton at third. Moss stands in with an 0-1 count. He takes that breaking ball inside to bring the count to 1-1.
On the road and sweep them. We sweep this week. We'd have to finish probably first in the tournament, but if we swept out, we'd have. Maybe Loyola doesn't have.
So a 2-1 count, 2 outs here to Moss, and he hits this one to the third baseman. He fields it, looked to throw it to second, but there was nobody there. And on the throw, the first baseman misses it. And that's going to be an RBI for S.T. Moss to bring the score 10-1. So on the E5, the Bobcats score their 10th run of the ball game. Now Malik McNair, the hitter for the Bobcats. So Odom, the runner at third now. Garcia, the runner at second. And Rayner, the runner at first. McNair 1 for 2 with a single and a ground out. A beautiful night here in Sumrall and the perfect temperature. And McNair down with a 1-2 count here with 2 outs. Hayden Guy trying to keep the Bobcats at 10 runs. Now there's 2s all the way across the board. Blake McNair trying to extend this lead for the Bobcats. That pitch goes behind Malik McNair to fill the count, and the runners will be going on this pitch.
We play them at home. This is our senior day this weekend. On Saturday.
And the 3-2 pitch pegs Malik McNair in the back. He could have got out of the way, and it still would have been a walk. But instead, he walks down to first base after getting plunked in the back. But that's another run for the Bobcats, and they take a 11-0 lead here in the bottom half of the third inning. So a 7-run inning so far for the Bobcats. And the leadoff man back in the box for the Bobcats. He's 1 for 1 tonight with 2 walks and a single. And he takes that one low and away for ball 1. Looks like there will be a pinch hitter. And that one pegged Williamson in the back to bring the score to 12-0. So back-to-back hit by pitches by Aiden Guy. And looks like there'll be a pinch hitter for the pitcher, Drew Davis. Braylon Harrison, the hitter now. Harrison comes into the game hitting .209 on the season with 2 doubles. So his first at-bat of the night. And Davis is throwing over there down the right field line. And that one pegs him. So the score now goes to 13-0. And the catcher heads out to the pitcher's mound to calm his pitcher down after 3 straight hit by pitches for the Bobcats. So now the hitter for the Bobcats, Landon Hawkins, he steps up to the plate with a 13-0 lead and bases loaded. And he hits this one over to the second baseman, but he fields it cleanly and throws it to first for the 3rd out of the inning. So the Bobcats are leading 13-0 here against the Forest Bearcats in the first round of the playoffs. And we are headed to the top of the 4th inning. This is Zane Berry, and you are listening to Bobcat Baseball. So we are back here in the top half of the 4th inning. Drew Davis toes the rubber again for the Bobcats, and he blew that one smooth by Ty Chambers. And that one, Chambers late on the fastball again. Only 86, but it looks harder than that. But a quick 2 strikes there for Davis. And Billy Garrity joins us again here in the booth. So, Billy, welcome back.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
We're glad you were able to make it. So the 1-2 count. And a swing and a miss, and that is another strikeout for Drew Davis. Seven strikeouts in 3.2 innings. So out of the 10 outs here in this game, 7 of them have came via the strikeout. So now Reagan Tadlock, the second baseman for the Bearcats. And that's a very good pitch. But it misses. And that one misses away. Tadlock struck out his first at bat. But he's ahead here with a 3-1 count. And that's a strike. So that'll keep Tadlock in the box and bring the count full. And that one is hammered to left center. Tadlock got every bit of it, but Caden Williamson camps under it for out number 2. The best swing I've seen out of this Forest team came right there. Now, the right fielder, Martin Winston. 2 outs here in the top half of the 4th inning. And that fastball up to 89 miles an hour. So, Billy, so far tonight, do you like what you see out of Drew? This one flew to left field. Late McNair camps under it for out number 3. So we will get back to that question when we come back in the bottom half of the 4th inning. The Bobcats have a 13-0 lead. And this is Zane Berry, and you are listening to Bobcat Baseball.
I'll see you after the game, okay?
Okay. Did you bring Allie, Kate?
So we are back in the bottom half of the 4th inning, and a pinch hitter for the Bobcats now, Cody Broom, number 9. Senior and the son of legendary coach Richard Broom. I say legendary coach. He is a legend in my eyes, has won a ton of state championships, but he was also my position coach here at Sumrall. And arguably my favorite coach. Billy, with it being your last season to ever play baseball, you got to come out here and hit batting practice one more time with your dad before the end of your season.
I'm sure even after I finish playing, I'll still make the occasional trip up here to hit some BP. I can't let go of it that much.
Yeah, I've been out of the game for 3 years now. And Cody Broom, a line drive single up the middle to lead things off for the Bobcats. And now the hitter,
Batter number 36, Caden Cochran.
Caden Cochran. And if you know Caden Cochran, you know how pumped he is right now. He is the man. He takes the ball up high.
Team favorite, I can tell.
And that one pegs Cochran in the shoulder, and he's going to jog down to first base. And he's probably going to get a pinch runner. And he does.
14, Eli Altman.
Need to see it.
And so now Eli Altman, the hitter for the Bobcats, the senior, he got his first start of the season the other night against Mize and had a double in that matchup. A good throw there by the catcher trying to pick off Cody Broom at second. A risky move. That one misses inside on Altman. Braden Smith, the hitter on deck. And another pickoff to second, and that one might have got him, and it did. What a play by the catcher. That's one of the more impressive plays I've probably seen all season.
That was a laser.
That was a cannon. And he scooped it on the run. Didn't block it.
Very athletic play there.
Altman takes the 3-0 pitch. And Guy is able to find the strike zone. And he throws that one hard, but it goes into center field. Yeah, after 2 straight throws to the shortstop, that one sailed on him. The Bobcats were able to steal second. And a walk to Eli Altman, so he reaches base in his pinch hit. And now Braden Smith, the hitter for the Bobcats. But the head coach for the Forest Bearcats heads out to the mound. Let's see if he will make a pitching change here. So you will know when we come back. This is Zane Berry, and you are watching Bobcat Baseball. Now would be a good time for our live stream sponsors. Jana King, BB Geomatics LLC, Diversified Forestry Management LLC, American Graphics, Landry Lewis Germany Architects, ComSouth, Chad Turner with Shelter Insurance, the Covington County Hospital, and Express Care in Sumrall, Alpha Insurance, the Spencer Nixon Agency, and Pine Belt Chevrolet. Thank you for making this possible so all viewers are able to watch the Bobcats on a nightly basis. So Braden Smith steps into the box here for the Bobcats. And he hammers this one. That's going to be a single for Braden Smith. And he runs down to first base, and that will load the bases here with 1 out. A good base knock there.
Batter number 3, Colby Pittman.
And now Colby Pittman, the hitter with the bases loaded. Colby Pittman, the senior, he also got the start the other night against Mize. Pittman fouls that one out of play. And that pitch misses low. And that brings the count to 1-2. Here with one out, bases loaded. And so a strikeout there to Pittman.
Batter number 34, Tyler Lowry.
So that'll bring up Tyler Lowry. Lowry, a very big body in the box. And I've heard he can lay into a ball.
Oh, he can. I've personally seen it myself.
Billy Garrity has personally seen it himself, and Billy's the type of guy, if you can lay into a ball, he's a good judge of that. That one called strike on the outside part of the plate.
He can smoke him now. He can smoke him that pull side. Give Coach Temple a little souvenir out there.
And that one just got on the hands of him. That was the pitch to do it. But just snuck inside enough to get on his hands. That one misses low. Good take there by Lowry. The Bobcats getting some guys some playoff experience here in the fourth inning. The runners will be stealing on the pitch as the count goes to 3-2 here with two outs. And a good swing there by Lowry, but it's fouled back into the net. So the full count, runners stealing. And that one misses low, and the Bobcats are going to score another run and bring the score to 14-0 here in the fourth inning.
Batter number 40, Coker Barrett.
Coker Barrett, now the hitter, hitting for Caden Williamson. So two outs for the Bearcats. And you figured the zone will kind of open up a little bit, but it is not.
Not at all.
And that one pegs Barrett.
A lot of hit batters tonight.
And Drew Davis will head to the box now. With two outs. Davis down with a 2-0 count. So the 15-0 lead by the Bobcats. And that one hit down the third base line, but it just goes foul. So that would have at least scored 2 more. Davis able to run one out of the ballpark. He's got 2 home runs on the season. So, Billy, y'all play Blue Mountain this weekend. Some of my former teammates play on that team.
Yeah, they got
And this one, back. It is way back. And it's off the base of the wall. And it's going to at least score 2. Drew Davis strolls into second with the double. So right after I just said he's able to run one out of here, he hits one off the bottom of the wall, and that brings the score to 17-0.
Just missed a homer there.
So we got a close one here in Sumrall. And the head coach for the Bearcats takes the stroll to the mound. So a new pitcher for the Bearcats. Braylon Graham, the hitter for the Bobcats. Graham, a big body. I imagine he can lay into one as well. And Cody Broom stands on deck, who led things off in this inning. Big swing, but he just misses it. And the count goes to 1-2 here to Graham. And the swing and a miss. So that's the third out of the inning, and we are headed to the top of the fifth. The Bobcats just 3 outs away from their first win in the 2024 playoffs and their 25th win of the season. This is Zane Berry, and you are listening to Bobcat Baseball. So Drew Davis toes the rubber again here for the Bobcats. Cade Tillman, the hitter for the Bearcats. Bobcats 3 outs away from winning this ball game. 2 straight strikes to Tillman. He struck out his last at bat. And a very good pitch. And he just calls it, or it just missed off the plate and calls it a ball. So 1-2 count here to Tillman. Tillman, Guy, and Greenhouse all due up for the Bearcats in the top of the 5th inning. And a swing and a miss, so another strikeout for Davis. And that'll bring up Aiden Guy. Guy is 0 for 0 tonight. He walked in his first plate appearance. So 1 out now for the Bobcats there. 2 outs away from a Game 1 victory here in the first round of the playoffs. And a swing and a miss. Davis has really settled in on the mound. And another strike. The count 0-2 to Guy, the pitcher for the Bearcats. And a swing and a miss. So back-to-back strikeouts for Davis. The Bobcats 1 out away. And that is Davis's 10th strikeout of the ball game, just in 4 2/3 inning. And that's a strike 1. So Joseph Greenhouse, the hitter for the Bearcats. And the swing and the miss on the breaking ball. So the 0-2 count here to Greenhouse. And that one fouled out of play. The Bobcats 1 strike away from headed to the house with a Game 1 victory. And the 0-2 pitch. A good take by Greenhouse. So he stays alive, and the count goes to 1-2. Davis misses high on the 1-2 pitch. So twos all the way across the board here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And that one misses low and brings the count to full. So Greenhouse trying to extend the game here with a walk. He stands in with a full count. Davis steps back on the mound. And the Bobcats are 1 strike away.
Foul ball.
And that one a foul ball. It hit off the knob of the bat. It's crazy how many times you see that happen. But Greenhouse down to his final strike. And that one misses low. So a 2-out walk by Davis. And that'll bring up
Batters number 3, Justin Guy.
Justin Guy. Pinch hitter here for the Bearcats. And that one called strike 1. Greenhouse stands at first. Davis misses away and brings the count to 1-1 here with 2 outs and the top half of the 5th inning. A big swing and a miss. Davis looking for his 11th strikeout of the night. He's got a 1-2 count. And there it is, Drew Davis, a no-hitter. It's been killing me trying not to say it all night, but a no-hitter and 11 strikeouts through 5 innings. And the Bobcats have a 7-0 victory here in Sumrall versus Forest. They will play game 2 tomorrow night at Ridgeland High School. Mr. Billy Garrity, thank you for joining us tonight. We enjoyed having you, and good luck to you in the rest of your season.
Thank you. It was a pleasure to be here.
This is Zane Berry, and you are listening to Bobcat Baseball. Good night.